What up, fam? New channel, new place. Now, I'm not expecting this to grow. This is simply a continuation of where I enter my vlog entries from my previous channel. Now it's all in one place, strictly for my friends and family who give a crap. Now, as the time mark from when this video was actually being recorded, as in me talking to you, the wife and I just got back from the Taylor Swift concert. And right now, at the current timeline of this entry, we're still in the end of 2022. So let's go back half a year. So if you immediately notice the environment, it's holiday time. Christmas decorations and soon-to-be celebrations intentional rhyme. Josh from Josh Builds Stuff Dad Humor is seriously hitting me. But now we get to pull out all the holiday Lego along with the mandatory team building at work and toy run prep to include donut and coffee time. Anyone heard of Sidecar Donuts? Do you guys have any near you? I mean, I'm not a fan of their coffee, so I go next door. Eiffel Tower? Now back to the mandatory fun time. Holiday work party. This goes without saying, I have to appreciate the company that I work for, as well as why not celebrate another brother's birthday year. Look, I'm not good with singing happy birthdays, let alone having to sing in front of parents when I was a kid. Speaking of which, Ezra's first holiday concert. I vividly remember some of mine, and to have me be on the other end of this is surreal. Unlike when I was a kid where the parents had to watch the whole concert, here, we just got to watch our kids and bounce, which is cool. So as I'm playing these time lapses for the sake of filling in the time, when giving out presents as gifts, I always turn to Lego, whether my friends like it or not. Sorry in advance. Speaking of presents, my birthday. Since I never really celebrate my birthday as a party, my wife decided to throw it at a brewery that I didn't even know existed. It's hidden away from the rest of the main street shops and restaurants. I'm not really sure if this place bumps off like I see many others do, but I'm glad to know it exists. Although I usually don't celebrate my birthday as a party, one of my yearly birthday traditions is going to one of my closest homies' restaurants that he runs. Needless to say, I haven't had anything on the menu that I've disliked. Everything is amazing. Just like these lights, the electricity bill here must be insane. It's so bright. Unlike this place, some of the brothers and I decided to go back to the brewery to check this place out. Not sure if this is going to be the norm in the future, like my backlog. This is normal now. And guess what I'm adding to it? My Secret Santa gift from work. They know me too well. I mean, who would have thought I'd want Lego for Christmas? It's not like I'm building anything during the holidays anyways, but this is what makes the holidays. Watching the kids enjoy opening stuff is kind of a problem now, but I guess when given the right environment, a joy to watch. I personally like buying them stuff that I didn't have as a kid or would have begged my parents for, or wish that somehow I ended up with it. Am I spoiling my kids? I mean, as a balance, Venus doesn't buy our children anything as far as toys. She kind of leaves that to me, and I don't mind that at all. However, she might not want to buy them as much toys as I do, but she does want to provide them with trips and experiences such as Disneyland during Christmas. But since this is also Luna's birthday time, it might be the last time she's able to pass under 2 to get in for free. Ezra has been to Disneyland multiple times, but this is Luna's first. She took to all the cool things to see and do, and I was excited that I had the opportunity to take Ezra on rides. Sadly, on my part, he was too scared to ride anything. We just ended up exploring Tom Sawyer Island. Is that right? I don't know. Is that correct? Tom Sawyer Island? I don't know. I'm just a casual Disney fan. But as the intention of this place, watching my kids get to meet their Disney Plus characters and see them in person was well worth the penny. $700 just for 3 tickets. Because Luna was free. That's not including parking, food, and everything else that comes along with it. And visiting Disneyland during any kind of holiday celebration is a nice treat regardless. And although I didn't ride a single attraction, for the first time ever coming to Disneyland, had to remind myself that today it isn't about me. It's about them and what they want to do. And rides are meant to be everything here. At least for me, there's a Lego run at the end, which add to the holiday and birthday toy accumulation. In other words, more of a hot mess. And when I need to escape all that, I just go for a run. Now, when it's not me, in my family, we celebrate everyone's birthday as a birthday week. And well, here, proof of that. Dinner with one of our best friends and his boyfriend in another place that eats up a lot of electricity. At home, we have solar energy, pop bottles, drink wine. It's New Year's time. I can't. Don't worry, there's a cider. And since it's the new year, it's Lego's January 1st release day. In other words, no sleeping in. I'm gonna be first in line, not just because I'm gonna go early, because also I know how to get into the mall before everyone else does. This time, I got to hang out with Sean, or Sean the Right Way, or ACOB himself, one of the last times we got to kick it before he moved out of LA. Along with my stuff, I did pick up something for everyone. Well, everyone meaning myself and the kids. Venus just builds when she's forced to. Again, she would rather take them to places like this play place. When I was growing up, we had Chuck E. Cheese when it was less about video games and more about physical play, like DZ Discovery Zone. I don't know if anybody's heard of those. I mean, as I was growing up, I miss playing in these huge bouncy places. I think more recently they've become a thing. You can seriously get lost in here. And when I was a kid, unlike my parents who just didn't see me or followed, here, nowadays, all parents are either with their kids or nearby watching. It's crazy to see how much times have changed from what you allow your kid to do, what to buy, and how to play. Remember when I said we celebrate birthday weeks in our family? When it's not me? We're celebrating Luna's birthday in January. To be fair, no one would come through if we celebrated on her actual birthday, being so close to Christmas. So we push out a couple of weeks. We get the normal fixings, Filipino food, fried chicken, a bunch of sweets, games, piñatas. Also, I was hoping pink and purple wouldn't be something she's so into, but can you tell this isn't actually the case? Can we not make a mess? I think my kids are tired of me saying it. I wonder if our kids will remember any of this. So one of my brothers in my chapter decided to move to the boondocks nowhere, and we decided to pay him a visit during the new year. And aside from being a cold ride, he has land. Something truly expensive out here. It's cold, it is a desert, so yeah, dress warm. Or dress like Mirabelle. I think Luna lost everything in this outfit aside from the dress. That barely fits. During editing breaks, a little clean fresh air when it just rained is always nice, but since it's pretty cold, Luna would rather dance and sing inside. And for me, finally time to pack up the holiday decor. Enjoy some cocktails during morning hour, continue with building my Lego city, still find time for a date night, and then going back to city building. Question. When building, do you play or watch content related to what you're doing? Or do you find or play different things? Like for my club, we find excuses to hang out and drink. And for Venus, she likes to find places for the kids to explore. There's a little creek by our house, well, down the road and up a little, where Venus likes to go on hikes. Me, not so much. The Marine Corps totally destroyed the need for me to go hiking. Like, why? Like, why do people just like to walk up stuff? Marine Corps kind of messed that up for me, but I'll go. But the kids, though, they like to play here. But the cure for me to wanting to come out is coffee time. Luna's first dance class. Like, I'm not crying. Yes, I know Venus and I used to dance when we were younger. We don't call ourselves dancers now, but it was a passion for the both of us. And to see her in her little ballet shoes hits. I'm not crying. I'm seriously not crying. And since everyone is being active, I need to get back to working out hard again. I also don't film Penny enough, so here's a little pat. I also started building the Black Panther set, and although I'm not done with it, we still found excuses to go to the Lego store. This is why our backlog is too big. At least I try to get as much building done, but not as fast as I get them. As far as Brickmania Osprey goes, it got its time. Back to exploring places like Solvang, which is a Danish town here in Central California. Of course, you can find Lego here. Like this one store that actually comes from Denmark sells all the CMFs. They have this hidden room where they have the blind bag for every single CMF box. I mean, they're super pricey, so they know what they have and they know what they're doing, and I don't buy any of them, but it's cool to see. We like to come here to explore, eat, hang out. Here though, this is really just a stop on our trip on our way to San Luis Obispo, where we're going to stay the night. In this town, there is a Tom's Toys, which we actually have where I live, but also brand new bricks and minifigs. You can tell here that there is a Lego Super A-Full part of this team. There's a lot of mocks and cool things to look at, but aside from the Lego, I'm surprised there's this much in this area. But aside from all that, I like this town. It's quite quaint, and there's places to see and eat. It's totally not as busy as it is at home, but it still has a lot of the amenities that I would at least prefer. It does have its own fair share of Cali problems, but I can see myself living here, especially with all the good coffee shops around. Now, the real destination from this exact trip was back down to the Santa Barbara Zoo, so technically we drove an hour north just to sleep and come back down to this exact place. The kids have been here multiple times. It's a small zoo, and it has a lot of the animals that one would expect to see. It's usually not that busy, and the kids love it. Back to reality, back to their grind. It's sing time. So I'm sorry. I can't. Seriously though, I'm not sure how long I can keep this running game up. Like, my body is hurting and I'm getting slower. But you know what's not getting slower? Ezra's love for Pokemon cards. Maybe because I'm getting slow because of treats like this. Ezra got his first fundraising box, which I purchased most of it because we ate most of it. Totally unhealthy. And I'm totally unable to flex now. Giant chests, anyone? So we're waiting outside before we eat. Got some packages in, some building before celebrating a good friend's baby shower for his third kid. Now, Venus and I have been playing around teasing for a third child or not. Not really pushing one way or the other. Honestly, I'm good with Ezra and Luna and would probably freak out if another one popped out. Still though, happy to see that our friends have added to the next generation. And at this time, it got pretty cold down here in LA. So cold that it snowed. I mean, where we were, it wasn't as bad as like the high desert where it really snowed, but still, snow nonetheless, and very rare to see. And as the snow comes and goes, more building is completed, and time just passes by.